Hey there, Brew Crew. Welcome back to Beer City Board Games. No doubt a lot of you have already seen videos of folks listing their favorite games for each letter of the alphabet. There have been several really great lists out there lately. Well, I was challenged by the wonderful channel Frenchie Plays Games to create my A to Z list. If you're not already following, definitely go check him out. He does some great videos and has some really interesting insight on game-related topics. I'll put a link to his channel in the video description down below. Now, I want to try to keep these videos as punchy as possible. I don't want to have them drag out to an hour long or anything. So I'm going to be breaking this list up into 4 parts, which will keep them fairly consistent with the length of our other content. So with that, let's get going. My letter A game is Amerigo. This game from Stefan Feld uses a cube tower to determine the potential actions for each turn in a round. I've heard some folks say that they don't care for the cube tower mechanism in this game, but personally I love it. Each turn you'll take all of a single color cube and drop them into the tower, and each cube color represents a type of action that you can take. As the game goes on, some of the cubes will get caught in the tower on the ledges, and this means that what comes out may not be the same as what goes in. You're able to gamble a little bit on what might drop though. If there are not as many of a certain color action cube available to drop, that means there are probably a lot of them stuck in the tower, and the odds of one coming out might be a little bit better. So you can somewhat plan for that. All these different actions are going to allow you to sail around to different islands, set up villages, harvest resources, and defend yourself from pirates. I love the cube tower mechanism and would love to see it in more games. And as a side note, I'm really excited to try out Feld's new game, Marrakesh, which uses a cube tower mechanism also. So that's my letter A game, Amerigo. My letter B game has got to be Brass Birmingham. Of course it does. It's my favorite game. Now, I've played both Birmingham and Lancashire and really enjoyed both of them. Birmingham, though, just seemed to make the game a bit more accessible by streamlining a few things. This game is set in Industrial Revolution era England, and players take on the roles of capitalists trying to grow their empire while managing the changes in transportation and technology. A big part of this game, and one of the reasons I enjoy it so much, is that players are constantly interacting with each other, whether it's by using resources or transportation networks. It's not a semi-cooperative game by any means, but it almost has that feel because you're not able to do everything on your own. You may have to rely a little bit on someone else to provide iron or coal, and you better believe that your opponents are going to capitalize on that. It's an incredibly engaging game, and I'm always interested in playing it. So that's Brass Birmingham. My game for the letter C is Clans of Caledonia. This game takes some of the mechanisms that I like from games like Terra Mystica and Gaia Project and adds a dynamic market system and contract fulfillment, which are 2 things that I really love. You'll be spreading your Scottish clan all over the countryside, building up farms and factories to make bread, cheese, whiskey, and using those goods to fulfill contracts that will give you victory points. You can't, if you can't make what you need though, you can always buy it at the market, but that may drive the price up for when your opponent decides to sell that good. There are so many different strategies to try in this game, and a lot of them will depend on starting placement and which clan you choose, because each clan has a special ability, which is going to help guide your strategy. It has a simple way to shrink the map for smaller player counts to keep it tight, and it also has a very good solo game, solo mode as well. So that's my C game, Clans of Caledonia. My D game is one that has been in my top 5 games for a very long time now, and that's Dungeon Pets. I just love the charming theme of this game. In it, you are a family of imps raising baby monsters to sell to various dungeon lords. But the coolest thing about the game are the monsters themselves. Each one will have a unique set of needs, and those needs will increase as the monster ages. You'll be able to plan somewhat, but they can always surprise you. You need to be careful too, because if you don't fulfill their needs, they may escape and possibly injure your workers. You'll be using a worker placement to fill those needs, combined with a really fun kind of hidden bidding mechanism. And it's a heavier game than the artwork and the theme would suggest, but it's a pleasure to play every time. And that's Dungeon Pets. For the letter E, I've chosen a relatively new game, and that's Endless Winter. This game made it to the top spot on my Best of 2022 list, and I've already talked about it in several videos at this point, so I'm not going to dwell on this one for too long. I'll just say that what I love about this one is the wide variety of different strategies that you can take. There are so many different things to explore in this game, and I definitely feel that it will be holding my interest for a long time to come. So that's my E game, Endless Winter. My F game is the wonderfully quick and clever engine building game Furnace. I've said before that I love games that do a lot with a little, and Furnace definitely does that. It's played in two phases. There's an auction phase and a production phase. Each phase is simple enough to understand, but the gameplay extracted from those rules is incredibly satisfying. The auction phase is especially interesting to me because each player has a set amount that they are able to bid using bidding discs, and you're able to see what your opponent will be able to bid as the round goes on. So you can use this information to try to win a card to put into your tableau, or sometimes just as important, to lose a bid to gain the resources at the top of the card. I've done a full review of this game on this channel, so if you'd like to learn more about it, definitely go check that out. So that is my letter F game, Furnace. Alright everyone, that's it for the first installment of this A to Z series. Thanks everybody for watching, and again, thank you to Frenchy Plays Games for the suggestion. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video, and until next time, let's get another round for the table. Hey everybody, don't forget to like and comment on this video. If you found value in this video at all, it would mean a lot to us if you consider subscribing to the channel as well. Don't forget to click the notification button so you'll know when we put out a new video. Cheers!